What is up, everybody? I'm introducing you to a little rehab project today at my own house that I'm actually pretty excited to bring you because there's so much going on. I'm in the very, very final stages of like a 6-year remodel on my house. I'm not trying to make it overly elaborate. It just took me forever because the saying, "a cobbler's shoes always need mending," are very apropos to my remodel. It always came last, and I've just sort of nickel and dimed it through. It's gonna turn out amazing though. But the swimming pool has been done for right at 4 years. It's an eco finish. It's one of our original eco finishes where we still were doing it on two-sided ICF over fiberglass. And it actually has held up great. You probably see a little color variation. That's just because it needs a good cleaning with ascorbic acid. It's actually completely color perfect. But I've got an opportunity with Aquamatic I'm tired of winterizing this pool. I'd like to keep it open in the winter. I need an auto cover. It's L-shaped, as you can see. There's only one auto cover that works for that. It's a Hydrolux, and it requires a wet well. So I'm gonna have to pull my turf back, dig out a fairly large channel to pour a wet well that's gonna be part of the pool. I'll have to chop this wall down where the water can fill in to the wet well. You guys know me and my talks about cold joints and how it is not remotely fair to ask a finish like Eco Finish or plaster or tile to bridge a cold joint and be watertight. So the fact that I'm gonna have a cold joint out here that's full of water, I just don't feel like it's a fair thing to ask Eco Finish to do. So we are gonna be putting a Remodel membrane in this pool to deal with that auto cover well being full of water. It's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna bring you how to make the lid for that. I'm gonna bring you how to install that. I've only done one in the past. It's my favorite auto cover. It was actually really easy to put in. It's gorgeous, it's awesome. I can't wait to bring you that. But while I'm in here, I've been with this pool for 4 years now. I go, man, I wish I'd have done this different. I wish I'd have done that different. So I get this opportunity to fix it. Where my waterfall is right here, I'm building an ICF sauna. It's gonna have a cool water feature coming down the wall, but it's gonna be an ICF wall that's about 7 feet high. That's gonna be super, super cool. I'm also going to, my main drains, I'll show you in a minute, are regular sumps, and they have a dome cover on them, which is a code thing that they have to have. And my robot was always getting high-centered and stuck on them. I'm gonna put a linear main in that has a flat lid, so that's not gonna be a problem anymore. And then over here on the corner of the L, Pentair is actually sponsoring a little bit of this. They're giving me some IntelliVibes, they're giving me a laminar deck jet, and they're giving me a fire water bowl that I'm gonna put right here on the corner. So I'm adding all these cool Pentair features, and then I'm just gonna show you guys what it takes to go into a pool that's plaster or eco finish and retrofit all the fittings to get them ready, all that. So yeah, guys, the fact that we got a good eco finish on here that's stable is I'll be able to go over it with my Remodel. But I am gonna pop off my GFRC coping. It's super, super slippery. I'm proud of it. I like it. Sorry, Beverly. It's one of my friends from the industry. She loves GFRC, and she gave me so much grief when I talked about taking this out, but it's going away. But I'm gonna re-pour, and I'm gonna use Z-Forms, the chiseled edge. But I wanted to show you guys down here how on these round sumps, it's why we love linear mains for a bunch of different reasons plumbing wise. But the big one is I'm standing in about 1.25 inches of water, and this thing's dry on top. It's like 2 inches of a dome. And they do that so you can't go down there and sit on the main drain or lay on it and actually seal up with your body around it. They dome it up to make it anti-suction, anti-siphon, but it also creates a spot where your robot cleaners can get stuck. So I'm gonna have a linear main. I'm gonna chisel this out and put that linear main in, and then we're just gonna be able to glue the Remodel right over this, which is gonna go great. You know, I done videos early on this remodel that I had said, man, the Eco's in absolutely perfect shape after 4 years. I did know about one little blemish above the water line on the shallow end, but it was the very last thing we shot, and it's very probable that the epoxy, it was a super hot day, I still remember everything about it, and you gotta, part of Eco, part of the art of it is getting the first coat sprayed on while the epoxy is still like somewhat viscous. I did find a fairly large delamination over here. It came off fiberglass, and the epoxy is bonded, so it's actually delaminated. That wouldn't be a very hard touch-up for Eco Finish, but I've got another one down here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's water behind it. probably groundwater got in there, and this is the problem. Freeze thaw is so hard on everything. That's why we're really leaning into membranes and other things that really don't care if a little bit of moisture got in there and froze, it would just move. Whereas this would be a warranty claim. It would not cost me, you know, very much in powder or epoxy, but it would cost me dumping a pool, a couple days, man days of labor, all that, which adds up. And while I do love eco finish, I don't love that aspect of it, if that makes sense, of when there's a problem, even if you can fix it relatively cheaply on materialities, it's a lot of labor and just a headache. And obviously if I was my own customer, I'd be like, oh man, this is only 4 years old. This is right in the ice line where it freezes. Again, we're just asking a lot of these products to put pools in cold climates. Part of my thing, if I didn't winterize this, if I kept it a little bit warm and let it go, I don't think this would have happened. But it did, and now I would have to fix it. But because I'm going rental it, I don't really have to fix it. I'm just gonna, you know, peel that off and drop the membrane. So just wanted to show you guys that. It's not the end of the world. It's a pretty easy fix. It's just a little annoying. So out of all this, I mean, it looks great. It's held up great, but we do have one little issue here. So, okay guys, what a difference a couple weeks make. We are kind of in heavy construction mode now. This is obviously a lot easier to do on the first day instead of, you know, 3 or 4 years later, but we're adding this well. What we've run into is we have part of the fast foot bag bulge here, just about 4 foot long, that we're gonna have to shave off. So we'll have to take a hot saw and score it and knock that off so it's going straight down. My little flower bed divider concrete, my little concrete coping that goes, delineates my turf from my flower bed here, is gonna have to get cut off surgically exactly where my ICF's gonna stop. So the way these auto covers work, they sit in the wet well, and I have a stainless steel bar going across right here. This will go away, and it holds up a deck, a concrete deck. And then there's just water in here. So I gotta add a main drain over here, add one return so there's circulation in the well. It's attached by about 3 inches of water over the top of the beam, but we actually want to circulate this, you know, probably 700 or 800 gallons of water here. We don't want to just leave that to chance that it circulates. But we also ended up having to cut most of this side of the pool's circulation. I've cut everything except the skimmer basically. So now we're going to route that around the well. We're gonna dig it up over here, but you can see I have a footing dug right here. That's for my sauna. That's for our sauna kits that we're adding. I'm doing one here. It's gonna be really cool because I'm adding 2 waterfalls down the side of the sauna that are gonna be lit with the new Pentair Nanos. And then we're going to do one at my buddy's house with a concrete roof that's also gonna double as a tornado shelter. Once we get those 2 built, we ought to have enough knowledge to, when we do these kits, we take it really seriously to really iron out all the details before we ever go to market with something like that. So we're using 4-inch element ICF on this. I'm gonna pour it next Wednesday, so I'll bring you guys a little short on just pouring that. But it's really coming together nice, guys. But this is a pretty invasive remodel. And you can see my boys actually hand dug this. They're kind of beasts. So guys, the other thing, other than all this concrete work over here is, as you guys know, I'm replacing all my wood decking with Advantech, and then we're going to the Remodel decking. It's a product I don't necessarily recommend for outdoor because you can see behind me, I got a puddle. And it's kind of nice. Every time it rains, I'm almost having like a perfect water level so I can make sure it sheds. We've got almost this entire deck shedding water. We got this one little low spot we're gonna have to raise up, get it just perfect before we do it, because I don't want puddles standing, because it's a membrane. No water gets through it. It'll stay wet for days after a rain. So we're almost done with this. The other thing I'm doing this weekend is I'm adding 19 stair tread lights that are all gonna be automated with my pool automation, so it all comes on together. I'm gonna have a lot of landscape lighting. This one is gonna be pretty much a permanent site visit at our trainings, where you can come see Remodel decking, Remodel pool. Always check out the website. Patrick does a really good job of having all the Remodel updates on. We got a great gallery, but also all the training, all the extras that we offer. It's all on the website. He keeps it updated regularly, so check it out. We got all that info there.